Hello everybody, and welcome to Tabor's Annual Day of Giving. Every year, Tabor Community Services honors a landlord who partners with our staff to address and end homelessness in Lancaster County. This year, we're honoring landlord Curtis Wrights. Kurt is the property manager of a large multi-unit dwelling in Columbia, known as the Wagon Works, and he's also an independent landlord who operates several smaller apartment buildings of his own. I've worked with Kurt in both capacities and have found him to be very much above par with every interaction. I first met Kurt 10 years ago. I was working with Tabor clients who had a specialized subsidy that ran through the City and County Housing Redevelopment Authority. I immediately noticed Kurt's level of competence, professionalism, and his knowledge of the leasing processes associated with subsidies that run through the housing authorities as well as through the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. Kurt's knowledge of landlord and tenant rights and responsibilities is impeccable, as is his commitment to ensuring fairness for all parties involved, both the landlord, the tenant, and fortunately for us, he works as a partnering landlord with our staff. He's been a huge asset to so many people who do housing work at Tabor, and we can't thank you enough for that, Kurt. I'm sure you've all heard the adage that no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Kurt pairs his knowledge and his competence with two other great qualities: a great understanding of the factors that contribute to housing instability, as well as a caring heart for the people who live with this instability and other poverty-induced factors. And because Kurt does have such a heart for the people who experience housing instability, as many of our Tabor clients do, one particular story that comes to mind, the first Tabor clients who I ever worked with Kurt on behalf of, after several years when they had been leasing with him, the female partner of the couple passed away. And the gentleman was, as you would imagine, incredibly grief-stricken. He started going downhill with some of the conditions that he dealt with in his life. After this went on for several weeks, and Kurt was really kind of noticing the effect that it had on this man, he really helped him out. The gentleman didn't have a lot of funds, so Kurt took him up to the Lancaster train station and bought him a ticket to Philadelphia, and he sent him home to stay with his mother for a few weeks and be around family so he could fully grieve. Another situation was a single veteran who was leasing one of Kurt's private apartments. And the gentleman, he dealt with some mental health and addiction and did not have a lot of funds, didn't always use his funds incredibly wisely, and would often come up to the point with eviction notices, and Tabor would step in on his behalf with supportive services for veteran families. Kurt extended grace beyond grace to this gentleman, who so many landlords would have taken their first chance to evict him. Kurt never did this. He helped this gentleman find resources, and he tried to always point him in the right direction. Kurt, you've been a heck of a partnering landlord for all of the Tabor staff, and from all of us, thank you so much. You are a rock star of landlords. We appreciate you so much. Keep up the good work, and so will we. Thank you all very much.